They cannot be seen to favor this or that political camp. We call upon the clergy not to use the church or the pulpit to promote any political candidate. It is important to note that church law forbids priests from engaging in politics or presenting themselves for elections to political positions. The nature of their calling makes them signs of unity to the people living in their jurisdiction. We have further stated in our earlier statements that as Catholic bishops, we are not going to allow our churches and church functions to be used as campaign platforms and forum of hate speech. As much as politicians and those aspiring to elective positions are free to worship and pray where they want, they should not use such opportunities to make their campaign statements. Consequently, politicians should not be allowed to address the congregations in our houses of worship. Let them be respected. Resurgence of mega corruption. We, the Catholic bishops, in our April press release, addressed the disease of corruption in Kenya. It is unfortunate that this evil seems to be perpetrated without shame or fear. But now the allegations of mismanagement of funds meant for health services yet again brings the country to another low. We are left wondering what is exactly going on. Is this happening even when other cases have not been dealt with? Or are we being treated to propaganda as a campaign tool for 2017? Is it possible that all have become helpless in the face of this growing monster? We have insisted again and again that those who have been entrusted to govern this country must be people free from corruption, who hate corruption, and are willing to fight corruption to the end. Half-hearted actions will not do. Tolerating corruption and letting those considered untouchable free to loot the taxpayers' money for the sake of political expediency shows weak leadership in the fight against corruption. The time to act is now if we want this country to be a place of plenty and prosperity, as we sing in our national anthem. We do not want to be counted among the generation that lost the dream our ancestors had when they fought for the independence and prosperity of Kenya. We, as religious leaders, are willing to facilitate a forum to address the issues of corruption with sobriety, away from political rhetoric. We seek to reason together to see how we can strategically address this vice. As a point of departure, all those implicated with credible evidence should step aside. Value-based education curriculum review. We wish to note with a lot of appreciation the positive measures that have been taken with regards to the credibility of our national examinations. The fact that KCPE started and proceeded without major incidences is a sign that it is possible to have untainted examinations in Kenya. As the KCSE exams are underway, signs are that some form of sanity and integrity is slowly being restored. And it is hoped that this process will go on to completion and be reflected in the results. As we commend the Cabinet Secretary for Education, the TSC and the Examinations Council and indeed all who have been actively involved, we would note that if everybody was serious about fighting corruption and impunity, it would be possible to eradicate it once and for all. This kind of spirit should be extended to all other sectors and emulated by other ministries. The recognition that chaplaincies are very key aspects of formation of the youth is in our educational institutions is a laudable move, should be encouraged. We join and support such efforts to promote quality and formative education.